and welcome to another exciting episode of Full Spectrum Stories reviews Batman,
Yes.
the Wayne Family Adventures. I've remembered it this time.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So last week we talked about Chapter 1,
Yes.
and we had some back and forth about whether we were going to try and cover all the chapters today or just one. I think it's better, like you said, that we just cover them one at a time.
Okay.
That way each chapter gets its due, right? We don't
Right.
want any chapter to not get featured.
Right. That's true.
To just get lumped in together.
Yeah.
And I think we both have some stuff to say about Chapter 2.
Definitely.
This is the cookie chapter. So spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
You should go and read. I'll put a link. You know what? I'll put a link to it in the description.
That's probably
If
good
you
idea.
have not read Batman: The Wayne Family Adventures yet, you absolutely should. I also should do introductions for us because I haven't done that yet because I'm excited to talk about this chapter. I'm Trey.
I'm wrong.
Yeah. So before we get started on this, I love the premise for this chapter.
Yeah, I like the story.
Yes.
The story you get. I enjoy.
Yes.
And I have some feeling. One I really don't want to see. I don't want to see him in costumes.
Yeah, that's one of my issues with it. I have 3 issues with this chapter.
I don't want to see him in costumes. And I can't really. I don't want to. I'm trying to think of it a little bit from the artist standpoint.
Yes.
And if you're getting to show off, it's probably a good idea at some point to draw the costume.
Absolutely. And the
So-
costumes look good.
Yeah.
For what it's worth.
If I could draw them, I'd probably want to draw the costumes.
There's a really good moment with Jason Todd taking off the helmet here where like he's
Yeah.
got it, it looks good.
It does. It looks really good. But the like I said, the art fits the stories, and that's just so nice.
Yes.
That's so
I
nice to
agree.
have. The so another thing, when I really don't want them in the suits, they're all sitting around. I kind of wish Batman wasn't in this one.
Yeah, I do too. I think you get a really nice moment with Bruce there,
Yeah,
but I agree. I kind of wish this was focused more on the kids themselves.
yeah. Unless maybe switch out Bruce with Albert
Yes.
when he comes in, something like that. But
That's my second big problem, that Alfred doesn't get involved in it.
yeah,
He's like, well, it's fine. This is
Yeah.
normal. And I guess that's the point, right? But I wanted Alfred to also be like, all right, if you want my cookies,
yeah.
prove to me you're worthy of them.
Well, and there's stuff in there for people who love comics.
Yes,
There
absolutely.
is a remark because the Red Hood says, "I am
Yeah.
only here for Alfred's baking,"
Yes.
and they're like, "Come on,
Yep.
there's still something there
That's right.
between you and
There's
this
a
household.
divide.
There's a divide, sure, but there's a link between you and this
Yes.
household and the people that are in it, and the Batman."
Yeah, and the bridge is cookies. no, it's a bond. It's a bond.
It is,
Whether he wants to admit it or not.
but it didn't go into any big diatribe about that. It
Yes.
just shows it, which is good.
That's right.
And gone through. But like I said, not so fond of them being in costumes. I understand why you may put them in costumes. Like I said, Batman switching out for Alfred, maybe
Yes.
not even, or even Bruce Wayne not even being there
Right.
for this little escapade going on. But that's really the only 2 complaints I have with it, and honestly, they're minor.
My third issue, and then all I have is praise, because I love this chapter, I should say that.
Okay, yeah.
My third issue is that Damian is still wearing his mask the entire chapter. Like, everybody else is taking... And I guess that's the point, right? He's Damian. He doesn't follow the rules everybody else does.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody else is in relax mode, which is why I agree with you that I'd like to see them out of costume.
Right.
Everybody else is like, hey, we're done with the mission. Everything's good. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Damian's still wearing his mask. However, I want to counter that with my favorite panel in this chapter, and it's partly the reason why I love this chapter so much, which is where Jason Todd bodily tackles Damian to get that cookie.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best
Yeah.
moments I've ever seen with Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I love it so much, because out of everybody in that room, 100% it's Jason Todd that's going to tackle a child
yeah.
to get a cookie.
Yeah. Like I said, the stories are good. The stories are really fun.
Yes.
I'm hoping, and I don't mind humorous events happening while they're
Yes.
in costume.
Absolutely.
It's just the very first one that I was given, I read the chapter 1.
Right. Sentinel's out of costume.
Not only that, it didn't feel like it was in the comic book.
Right.
And I didn't feel like
Yeah,
I
it was separate from it in a cool
Yeah,
way.
I wasn't given. It wasn't
Yeah.
like I was being given a small panel from a comic book to read.
Right.
It was like, hey, here's this one little story. This is not a story you would get in any other. It's not going to be in there.
Right.
This is downtime stuff. But there's a lot more chapters, and we'll have to see how it turns out and
Yeah.
the direction it goes.
I want to give this artist another little bit of praise here, because again, I think the art is fantastic.
I do too.
Very rarely do I see. I'm gonna gush about Jason Todd for a second here.
Okay.
Very rarely do I get to see Jason Todd portrayed in a way that makes sense for Jason Todd.
Fair.
Almost always when he's used, it's with the hood on, no emotion,
Yeah.
and hey, he's just shooting people. Whereas they put an actual effort in here to have, like you said, that divide, but the bridge is there, right? Yeah. It's very clear that they know these characters.
Yes.
And so not only do I get sucked into it, but since I know these characters, it's for me getting to see their downtime actions. And I think more superheroes could stand to have stuff like that. Some of the best runs of Superman deal with just him on the farm, right? Well, so give him more time like that. It's great.
Yeah, this is the perfect platform to humanize a lot of these.
Yes.
Especially for people who may just pick it up.
Yes.
This is the stuff in between. And like I said, nothing but praise so far. I believe my complaints are very small.
Mm-hmm.
And I really look forward to reading and reviewing the next few chapters. I'm not sure how far it's supposed to go. Do you know?
Don't know for sure.
All right.
I want to say 20, but I don't know for sure.
Good. Okay. Nice.
I just have one question. Do you think Alfred specifically doesn't make a big batch of cookies just so he can watch them fight over them?
I don't know. I'm thinking that's okay. Batman's a fully grown man, so he's got to chill. But that's a lot of teenage boys and young men.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he makes 2 big batches of cookies, and it's still not enough.
I will admit I was really worried when Bruce gets the cookie, because I was like, oh, here we go. He's gonna Bruce Wayne. He's gonna go. Damien gets it because he's the youngest, and get up and walk away from the table.
Yeah.
And then instead, the moment where he smiles.
Yeah.
And joins in on the fun, I was like, all right, this is good. I love this.
Yeah. See, yeah, it's good, man. It's good.
I like this a lot.
That's about all I got to say about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the future webtoons of it and the little episodes that they put out, and just see what happens.
You know who I'd love to see a series like this for? The Green Lantern Corps.
That'd be interesting.
I think it'd be really cool to humanize some of those people. Because, what do people know about Kyle? Right? What do they know about Guy Gardner? Kyle Rayner, John Stewart.
You're saying outside of Hal Jordan.
Right. Because Hal Jordan's the big one, right?
Yeah.
What do they know about the other people other than just, Kyle Rayner is an artist?
I don't know. I think
Guy Gardner gets mad.
If
John Stewart was a cop.
if it stays, I'm hoping it kind of stays in this innocent, let's say innocent vein.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that just simplistic beauty is what
I agree.
Creator's going for. There's quite a few that I wouldn't mind seeing in that aspect just to get a different view,
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Legion of Superheroes. Anyway, we should probably wrap this up then. With all that said, let us know your comments or your thoughts in the comments. That's how words work down below. And I hope that you're looking forward to reading through all this with us as well. And until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
And we've been the Full Spectrum Stories covering Batman Wayne Family Adventures. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Batman and Webtoons have to offer.